Good evening. If you all please turn your attention to the back of the ballroom for the entrance of our 2015 Multicultural Graduating Class. It feels really good in here, don't you think? Yay! Welcome, everyone. Tatskalowit oikalo. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2015 Portland State University Multicultural Graduation Ceremony. My name is Melissa Bennett. On my mother's side of the family, I am Umatilla, Nimipu or Nez Perce, Sac Fox. On my father's side of the family, Siasapa, Lakota, and Dene or Navajo. In Native American communities, it's customary that I greet you in my traditional language, as I did by saying Tatskalowit oikalo, which means good evening. It's important that I tell you where I come from, as this is part of our community as Native people. Currently, I serve Portland State University as the program coordinator for the Native American Student and Community Center, and I am very happy to welcome all of you here this evening. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge the people whose land we are standing on tonight, the Multnomah and Clackamas peoples. It is important to acknowledge the ancestors of this place and to recognize that we are here because of the sacrifices they were forced to make. In remembering the Multnomah and Clackamas communities, we honor their memory, their lives, and their descendants. We also remember that we are guests of this land and that we must do our best to never forget its original inhabitants. Tonight, I am very happy to introduce to you our Master of Ceremonies, my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Kelly Gonzalez. Dr. Gonzalez is an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation and currently serves Portland State University as assistant professor at the School of Community Health. Primarily, her research has explored the influence of discrimination within the context of healthcare settings and community-based demonstration projects among American Indians and Alaskan Natives for diabetes prevention and cardiovascular risk reduction. All of her work is guided by strong, active partnerships with American Indian, Alaskan Native communities and organizations. As an educator, Dr. Gonzalez aims to bring empathy and understanding into her classroom because, as she says, that is what helps us move beyond indifference. Please join me in welcoming our Master of Ceremonies for tonight's event, Dr. Kelly Gonzalez.
Hi, everyone. What a great night. So excited to be here. Thank you, Melissa, for that introduction. So tonight is the 2015 Multicultural Graduation Ceremony at PSU. Pretty great. And I have to say, you guys are so beautiful. I want to give you all a big hug. So excited to be here. So graduation is a time to celebrate the enormous accomplishments of our dedicated and talented students. Tonight, we honor our graduates as they integrate all they've gained from PSU into the next chapter of their lives. Thank you, family and friends, faculty, staff, for joining us on this very special occasion. I would like to introduce to you Chaz Lopez, Interim Chief Diversity Officer here at Portland State University. Prior to his interim appointment, Chaz served as the Executive Director of the Office of Global Diversity and Inclusion and was the PSU's Title IX Coordinator. Formerly, he served as both Interim Associate Director for Risk Management and Emergency Management Administrator at Oregon Health and Science University. Chaz grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, and was the first in his family to attend college. He has a bachelor's degree from the University of Utah and a JD from the University of Utah College of Law, also known as S.J. Quinney College of Law. Chaz has served as the Oregon State Bar's Advisory Committee on Diversity and Inclusion, and was the mentor for the Connecting Communities Coalition Leadership Academy. I want to say also, I'm just wrapping up my third year here at PSU, and Chaz has been incredibly supportive to me as well, and he makes such a tremendous impact to us faculty of color here at PSU. So I want to say thank you for all of your support. So please join me in welcoming Chaz Lopez.
Thanks very much, Dr. Gonzalez. On behalf of President Vim Vivell, I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you. Let me be one of the first to congratulate you on a job well done. I stand before you this evening in my capacity as the Interim Chief Diversity Officer based on the firm foundation that my parents provided for me. They instilled in me the value of education and hard work. Most importantly, they believed in me. I was the first one in my family to go not only to college, but also on to law school, and it wasn't easy. My dad worked 2 jobs while I was growing up, which included jobs such as being a coal miner, a janitor, and a maintenance mechanic. My mom was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was 2 years old, and she also worked until she was unable to do so. I could not have done it without my parents. So I would like to take this opportunity for all of our graduating students to take a moment to thank all of their respective moms, dads, foster parents and families, brothers, sisters, partners and spouses, and friends who are here in the audience and help to provide a similar foundation of love and support. Let's give them all a big round of applause. The degrees that you will be receiving are not only a marker of the successful completion of your course curriculum, but also a testament to your strength and resiliency in overcoming all of the obstacles that got you to this point. This personal strength will take you far in life and help to guide you in your pursuits of additional education or on the right career choice. Do what you love and what brings you passion. I would respectfully ask that each of you continue to uphold the value of equity and inclusion on whatever pathway you choose. Remember those who have helped you along the way and intentionally focus on giving back and helping others who may not be as fortunate as you. I want to wish you the very best of luck and continued success. Again, congratulations to the graduating class of 2015. We are amazingly proud of you.
Thank you, Chaz. Thank you so much for your opening remarks. Okay, so each year, the Multicultural Graduation Committee selects student speakers to share their experience while here at PSU. This year, Cheeto Delawayo was selected to represent our international students. Now, I met her mom earlier tonight. Where are you, Mom? Okay, there you are. Cheeto believes wholeheartedly that self-expression is as vital to living as breathing. So let me read that again, because when I saw that, that just struck me. She believes wholeheartedly that self-expression is as vital to living as breathing. She says this is a fundamental way in which we interact in the world. Cheeto was raised by a single mother in Zimbabwe, and as a result has cultivated a strong business mind with an entrepreneurial spirit. Graduating with a degree in communication studies and advertising management, she hopes to use her skills in the nonprofit sector, utilizing education as an empowering tool to alleviate poverty. Throughout her college career, Cheeto has spent her free time developing a global perspective on social issues by working with change makers and organizations such as These Numbers Have Faces, a nonprofit that invests in developing African students as leaders in their countries. She serves as the youngest board member of Portland Mutere Sister City Association, Portland's only African sister city. As a young African female, one of Cheeto's ultimate career goals is to start a social enterprise with emphasis in education, women, and cultural exchange. Please join me in welcoming this year's international student speaker, Cheeto Delawayo.
a string of coincidences that gathered significance and became miracles. This sums up my journey, and what a thrill it is to be standing before you today. We're all so fortunate to be a part of this brilliant and humbling event. To the Portland State faculty, staff, family, and friends, thank you. You are here because you witnessed firsthand the effort put forth by this year's graduating class. I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to my family, friends, mentors, and advisors who have led me to be where I am today in this moment. I can still vividly remember one night in Zimbabwe as I sat under a bright sky filled with stars in a small village where two strangers, an American couple, who are here today, shared the news that I would be coming to Oregon. Despite not knowing where on earth this was, I hopped onto the plane with my belongings and curious mind. I'll forever be indebted to my mother, the Thomas and Mutamba family, who played critical roles in changing the trajectory of my life. During my first term at PSU, the only world I knew encompassed my bus ride to and from the Portland State campus. I later found my bearings, and I soon realized that it was Portland State University that became my harbor. From a timid 16-year-old African girl that found herself in the halls of Kramer Hall one fall, to a confident, empowered, and self-aware individual whose outlook on life has dramatically broadened. You see, during my sophomore year, I entered PSU's Commission on the Status of Women essay contest. The reason I chose to enter was to not only receive the $500 award that will go towards my tuition, but to share my story and perspective as an international student on how Portland State University has played a significant role in my life. As a young woman who, like many others here at PSU, found her identity and became a part of the growing population of ambitious individuals, PSU became my safe haven, and I became empowered. The growing melting pot of diversity I was a part of, and my experiences were worth sharing. However, when it came to entering the contest, I was overcome by fear. As a non-native English speaker, I questioned my capability on whether I had the adequate skills to communicate my story in a way that truly reflected my experiences. I had to sum up the strength and realize that my authenticity was my greatest asset. I reached out to the Writing Center, to my academic advisors for proofreading and assistance. I even went as far as going to the Office of Institutional Research and Planning to gather data on PSU student population. The growing number of international students, different ethnicities, and females is something I knew needed to be emphasized. I'm proud to be part of this diverse institution. And I'm proud to say that I did receive the Commission on the Status of Women essay in 2011. Today, let's think about how we got here. Our different backgrounds and unique experiences that have led us to be part of this impressive class. I'm truly privileged to be witnessing your accomplishments today. Despite the uncertainties and drawbacks, our journeys have not been easy. They have not been simple, and they certainly have not been cheap. A small grain of sand finds its way into an oyster's shell and thereby into its world. Years later, the oyster creates a pearl from this grain of sand. Portland State University has been our oyster, and we are the pearls that symbolize value. But how must we now use this value? Must we know who we are, what we stand for, where we want to go, and where we want to get there? These questions will challenge us as we begin this new chapter of adulthood. We worked hard, but let's face it, we had help along the way. Whether it was that one professor who gave you an extension on your assignment because of something personal you were dealing with, your scholarship donor, a reference letter, that one group member whose name you can't quite remember, or the numerous resources that this institution provides for diverse students. Without an education, the then timid 16-year-old girl would not be standing before you today. But most of all, without people who opened doors for me to access this education, I would not have had the privilege of attending this world-class institution. We epitomize resilient beings who chose to dream big. And we have the capacity to bring something wholly, unique, and good into this world. We have shown that we can create, solve problems, teach, and inspire. Whatever it is we individually set out to do, let's move forward with an urge to bring value into the lives of others, as others once took the time to see the value in us. Fellow graduates of the brilliant class of 2015, Makoro Koto, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you. Okay, so next I'm happy to introduce to you tonight's keynote speaker, another amazing, strong woman of color, Walida Marisha. Walida is a writer, educator, public scholar, and poet. She teaches in Portland State University's Black Studies Department and is taught in Oregon State University's Women, Gender, Sexuality Studies Department and Southern New Hampshire University's English Department. She has toured the state of Oregon for the past 6 years, facilitating programs on Oregon Black History, alternatives to incarceration, and the history of hip-hop through the Oregon Humanities Conversation Project. She is the editor of 2 anthologies, Octavia's Brood, science fiction stories from social justice movements, and the 9/11 collection, Another World is Possible. She's the author of the poetry book, Scars, Stars, and the upcoming nonfiction, Angels with Dirty Faces, Dreaming Beyond Bars. Please join me in welcoming Walida Marisha.
How are y'all doing? You made it. It is such a privilege to be here with y'all today. I look forward to Multicultural Graduation every year, and this year even more so because I get the honor of being the keynote speaker, and I got the honor of being chosen by student leaders as well. And so y'all know the Cultural Resource Center student leaders are phenomenal, right? So this is definitely a huge honor for me to be chosen. This is an incredibly important event for each of us here, in the front and in the back. Students, obviously, parents, friends, family, loved ones, faculty, and staff. It's amazing to look out and see students that I've had the honor and privilege of getting to know, getting to engage with their brilliance in class. As a former Portland State student and graduate, I've literally sat where at least one of you is sitting right now. I've known the unbounded joy of having made it through, of getting not only the tassel, but the stole as well. I was lucky enough that after a number of years, we don't really need to talk about how many years, I returned to Portland State as faculty to teach in the Black Studies Department. I've gotten to see firsthand from the other side of the classroom the struggles that students, especially first-generation students, students from marginalized and oppressed communities, the struggles that y'all went through to get these degrees. This multicultural graduation is a time for us to intone the words of Black feminist poet Audre Lorde in her poem, A Litany for Survival. For all of us, this instant and this triumph, we were never meant to survive. Celebrate your resilience, your determination, your strength, your shining bright hearts that brought you through. This multicultural graduation is also a time for us to remind ourselves that survival is only the first step. It's absolutely an important step. We must survive if we are to achieve anything else. But to survive alone is to be stagnant. Everything that is living must grow. If something is not growing, it's dead. Luckily, life is tenacious. It takes root under the most adverse conditions, flourishes against all odds. Like Tupac Shakur's rose that grew through concrete, I have been privileged to watch so many students blossom under adversity and hardship. I have watched students live out the defiant wisdom emblazoned on a student protester's banner in Mexico. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. This graduation signifies an end, the culmination of all that you have accomplished, all you have grown in this phase of your academic career, of your life, and it is a moment of marvel and of wonder. I just have to warn y'all right now that this speech is about to get a little nerdy. All right, a lot nerdy, because I'm a huge science fiction fan. I love it not just because of the aliens and the time travel, which is awesome, right? I love it because science fiction is the only literary genre which not only allows us to discard everything that we think we know, but demands it of us. Science fiction challenges us to use our imaginations, to question everything that is quote unquote real, to envision the impossible. Science fiction tells us we have the right to dream. And that is what I hope each of you claim here today, the right to dream. Because yes, we are at an end, and we know that every end is a beginning. This moment, this multicultural graduation, is a unique moment. It is actually really a science fiction moment, if you think about it. One that highlights so clearly how the past, the present, and the future exist as one. We are actually, right now, right at this moment, defying the traditional notions of time. We are time traveling right now, y'all. Stay with me on this one. I know some of y'all are wondering where I'm going with this. There is a West African Ndinkra symbol called Sankofa. And in fact, there's a version of it on your stoles and in your program. It's clearly an incredible and foundational symbol. There are a number of different variations of what that symbol looks like. One of them that I think is incredibly powerful for this idea of time traveling is Sankofa manifested as a bird whose head is looking backwards, but its body is moving forward. The idea it embodies is that the past is what carries us forward, that the past is not dead and gone, but walks with us as we move through life. Y'all, this is what quantum physics is just beginning to recognize, right? That our notions of time as an absolute linear progression are completely wrong. Communities of color have grasped since forever, ever, what science is just beginning to tell us. That the past is never really the past. What those who have come before have survived, what they protected, what they grew in hostile soil, this is as present as the air that we are all breathing right now. All moments of time live as one. Right now, your past is sitting next to you. The present is holding your hand, and the future is opening the door for you to move through. And you are the culmination of so many dreams, each and every single one of you. This is not just one generation of dreams that you embody. It is multitudes, stretching back decades, centuries, a millennia. Each of us that comes from communities that have experienced historic institutionalized oppression, we are all walking science fiction. Someone was told that the world that would create you was impossible, was just a fantasy. That world, they were told, was science fiction. And someone defied that idea. They dreamed you up and then bent reality, re-envisioned all of existence to create you. I've edited an anthology of radical science fiction, Octavia's Brood. I saw my nerds. Hey. And my co-editor, Adrienne Marie Brown, and I are both Black women. And for us, this idea is incredibly important. We think of our Black ancestors in chains, who had no reason to believe that an end to chattel slavery was possible, who were in fact told by everything in society that it was a complete impossibility that chattel slavery would end. Utterly unrealistic, nothing but a dream. And those enslaved Black folks closed their eyes, unshackled their imaginations. They dreamed a forbidden world, and then they rewrote the whole of history to bring us into existence. They knew the truth that those in power worked so hard to keep from them, that once our imaginations are unshackled, liberation is limitless. All of our ancestors, our elders from oppressed communities, sculpted the future for us, out of us, sculpted us as the future. They did not do this in isolation. They used culture, communal knowledge and history, ways of being and knowing. They planted the seeds of resilience in soil meant to be graves. Our ancestors did this communally, coming together to breathe life into the future. Each of their roles was a vital, irreplaceable piece of a collective whole. Just as your graduation now is about a collective whole coming together, reaching from the present, from those folks sitting back here behind you, reaching through you and your own incredible efforts that have brought you to this moment. I want to quote an episode of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Yes, I did just say that. I went there. One of the characters on Star Trek Deep Space Nine was told, "You are the dreamer and the dream." Being the culmination of your ancestors, your families, your community's dreams, that is not a passive thing. Others struggled, fought, they bled and sometimes died for the right to even believe each of you could exist. They carved out for you the right, the responsibility, and the ultimate privilege to continue this unbroken lineage of imagining new, just worlds, and then doing the hard, difficult, and inspiring work of pulling those new worlds out of dreams and into reality. You are their dream, and you are the dreamer of new, incredible dreams they could not have even imagined. So as you move forward in your life, I encourage each and every one of you to take dreaming incredibly seriously. Dreaming is serious business, y'all. Conceive your futures thoughtfully and with purpose. Ask yourself, what do you want to add to this lineage of freedom visions you are inextricably a part of? And I would just really ask y'all to not limit yourselves. Dream as many dreams as you can. And please, please, don't start with the question, what is realistic? If our ancestors had started with that question, none of us would be here, right? Because every real, substantive, social change that has ever happened was considered to be utterly unrealistic at the time that it happened. So don't start with what other people are telling you is realistic or possible. Start with the questions, what is the world I want to live in? And who do I want to be in that world? And then put in the glorious work to give those dreams voice and legs. Poet Mark Gonzalez wrote, "Look up, see that shining brilliance defying gravity, take note of how they float free. For those are not only stars, they are our relatives." This is not actually just beautiful poetics. Physics has proven this to be true. I told y'all it was gonna get nerdy. I warned you. We are, each of us, stardust. We are made of the same material as the lights humans have seen sparkling in the night sky for eons. Those stars have meant so much to humanity. They are how we understood our lives, ourselves, how we knew when to plant, when to harvest, when to seek warmer environments. And for many, in my case specifically for enslaved Black folks, they shone literally as beacons of freedom. The North Star led countless runaway escaped Black folks to the North, to freedom. Through untold horrors and physical hardships, the North Star was companion, confidant, and guide to liberation. Scientists believe that before the Big Bang, we were all a part of one infinitely dense mass. You know, not just us here or us on this planet. Everything in the universe was once one. That means we are connected to each other, to everything on this planet, to those stars, to this infinite, vast, and ever-expanding universe. That means that we carry all of the positive elements, all of the beauty, all of the potential of every comet we have seen streaking across the night sky, every star we have ever wished on, every sun that has warmed our skin. My hope for each of you as you reach this end that is not just an end, but a beginning, is that you will be limitless like the universe, life-sustaining like this earth we call home, that you will be visionary like your ancestors before you. And I hope that each of you will be courageous enough to follow your own North Stars to freedom and to shine just as brightly, that you can illuminate the path for those not even born yet, for those who will come after you, who will be the culmination of your dreams. I am so proud of y'all. And as you move forward, know that you carry all of our pride, this community's pride, and that you are the pride of generations. Live brightly and light the way for your own walking science fiction. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Alida. So our second student speaker of the evening, representing our domestic graduates, is Olivia Langford. Olivia, she's had a big week. She just turned 23 3 days ago. Happy birthday, Olivia. So where's Olivia's family? Can you guys stand up too back there? Great, excellent. Okay. So Olivia is graduating with her Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies with a minor in elementary education. Of Black, Filipino, and Irish origins, Olivia was born in Portland and graduated from Grant High School's Japanese Magnet program. Olivia was raised by her Filipino grandmother, along with her younger brother and sister, and grew up immersed in her Filipino culture. I knew I came to the right party tonight. She struggled to defy all statistics and stereotypes for others raised in multicultural families and homes. Olivia is passionate about elementary education and is currently looking for work with a preschool or daycare center. Aside from completing her studies, Olivia has also been busy planning an August wedding and preparing to move with her fiancé, Caleb, to Madras. Her plan is to save money for next year and apply to PSU's online elementary graduate program. So please join me in welcoming Olivia Langford.
First, I would like to say thank you to the Multicultural Center for holding such an intimate, quaint ceremony for us grads and our families. Your facility is amazing, and your services are important to the success of the students. I wish I had been exposed to such an invaluable resource earlier in my college career. I know that with the help of their amazing staff, I probably would have been able to avoid certain hiccups I faced throughout my years here at PSU. I suppose it's all part of the experience though, right? My initial exposure to Portland State took place during my high school years when I was taking special advanced placement classes that allowed me to earn college credit. It was such a fantastical place that felt so surreal to me. The trips to the alluring library, the free time spent wandering the campus filled with sophisticated, cutting-edge freedom fighters. It seemed like a place where I belonged, yet I wasn't sure if I was going to actually go to college. You see, I'm the first person in my family to attend college, and I didn't even know how to apply or what the process consisted of. I knew I wanted to go here, though. So I found my way in, and the summer after graduation, I received my acceptance packet and began my plans for the future. My first year here was a disaster. I failed a couple of classes within my first term, was put on academic warning, and had a major freak out because I was scared I had messed up big time. I panicked, thinking I was going to be kicked out of school and ultimately be seen as a failure in the eyes of my family, even though they'd never be that way. For me personally, though, I didn't want to be a letdown. First term in and already I'd get the boot. Not such an encouraging thought. To correct this, I looked up what it meant to be on academic warning and saw what I needed to do in order to remove it from my profile. I busted my behind all throughout the next term, doing the best I could to get better grades. And, well, I'm still here and I'm graduating, so I must have done something right. The years that followed were littered with victories and failures, highs and lows, and throughout it all, somehow, I kept going. I saw those around me striving to do better, and I always motivated myself by thinking about their stories and where they were coming from, and matching their strength to push onward. I relished in the knowledge that other students were here in the same boat as me. Not a mirror image, but pretty identical. We were all on the same journey together. We all had our own reasons to be here, our own hindrances, our own baggage to carry through to the end. That's what makes students like us, all of us, so incredible. Fast forward to a couple of weeks before my final term began, during which time I was signing up for the regular commencement over at the Moda Center, and I saw that there was an opportunity for students to apply to speak. I was so eager to participate, I had already drafted part of the speech before I realized there were all of these requirements to even be considered worthy of applying, requirements that I just barely fell short of. I understand wanting to showcase the best and the brightest of a graduating class. However, to me, that's a false representation of the masses. Not to take away from their successes, I just feel that there are many people like myself and like us who have done everything we can, jumped over every hurdle, dodged every punch thrown our way to get to where we are here and now. Students like me don't get to make speeches at ceremonies because our hard work isn't necessarily reflected in our GPA. Our resilience isn't readily displayed in the B's or C's we fought to achieve. Our sleepless nights and ongoing days aren't apparent when we're in class, day in and out, struggling to stay awake and to stay ahead. We don't always get perfect scores. We don't always win in the end. We've fallen, each of us, at least once or twice. And we've fallen hard. We've had those moments where we think to ourselves, what am I doing this for? Why do I have to push myself? And then we remember. And we pick ourselves back up and we push harder, strive for better, do more than humanly possible. We are the students that these ceremonies tend to forget, those less than perfect students that are just there. Not today. Today, we are the students of the hour. We are the ones who will be recognized for working 2 or more jobs while attending class full-time and still managing passing grades. We will be noticed for our hard work as parents of young children who are making strides to show their child what excellence looks like. We will be applauded for our tireless efforts to make the cut every single time. The odds weren't in our favor, and that's okay, because as students who are typically brushed aside, we've made our name and have stood out above the rest. We are graduates. We've withstood 4 or so years of endless papers, exams, group work, all of it for this very moment, this moment in time, when everything just falls into place, and we can be proud of our struggle. We're first-generationers, we're single parents, we're multicultural, we're mixed-familied. We're international students, we're domestic students, we're male, female, and other gendered, we're native speakers of English, we're ESL, we're any and all of the labels, and that fact alone enhances the greatness that we have achieved today. Because today, we're just graduates, and that's the most important title of all.
Right. Thank you, Olivia. Okay, next up, Melissa Bennett, Native American Student and Community Center Program Coordinator, will join us back up here on the podium and introduce tonight's special guests. So please welcome Melissa back to the stage.
Thank you, Kelly. It is my pleasure to introduce to you some of tonight's special guests. Special guests, when I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Dr. Sona Andrews, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Cynthia Gomez, Director of the Cultural Resource Centers. Chaz Lopez, Interim Chief Diversity Officer for Global Diversity and Inclusion. Dr. John Freire, Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs. Dr. Cece Ritter, Executive Director of Diversity and Multicultural Student Services. Christina Luther, Director of International Student and Scholar Services. Aubrey Dixon, Vice President at KeyBank Community Development Lending. Perla Pinero, Director of Retention Programs and Coordinator of the Diversity Scholars Program in DMSS. Dr. Elena Aviles, Assistant Professor of Chicano Latino Studies. Dr. Daryl Milner, Interim Chair of Black Studies. And Dr. Cornell Peeweewardy, Director of Indigenous Nation Studies. Thank you, all of you, for your service to Portland State University and for your dedication to our graduates.
Thank you, Melissa, for helping us recognize tonight's special guests. We appreciate what each of you bring to our work at Portland State University. And now, the time you've been waiting for, the time when we recognize each of our graduates and their most amazing accomplishments. So I ask that our platform party join me on the stage, and I'll read your names. Chaz Lopez, Interim Chief Diversity Officer for Global Diversity and Inclusion. Dr. Cece Ryder, Executive Director of Diversity and Multicultural Student Affairs. Dr. John Friday, Vice President of Enrollment Management and Student Affairs. Great. All right. Okay, and reading the names of our graduates tonight, please welcome Dr. Marie Lowe, Associate Professor of English. You can come on up here with me. And Dr. Elena Aviles, sorry about that, Aviles, Assistant Professor of Chicano Latino Studies. So I'm going to leave. So without further ado, let's begin the procession of our graduates.
Will the first row of graduates please rise and step forward to receive your certificates? Ronald Perry, BS General Science. Shiro Duawayo. Olivia Langford, BA Liberal Studies. Mariah Lee Wright, BA Liberal Studies, Black Studies and Theater Arts. Erica Lira, BA Social Science. Faith Cord, BS Business Management Leadership. Akujo Leila, BS Akujo Leila, BS Criminal Justice. Brianne D. Turner, BS Communication. Yesenia Silva Hernandez, BA Community Health Education. Jacqueline Altamirano Marin, BS Political Science.
The Vincent Johnson BS in Social Science. Jawan Mullen Jr., BS in Sociology. Jawan Mullen, BS in Criminal Justice. Jade Robinson, BS, Double Social Science and Economics. Lola Aminova Ryan, Masters of Social Work. Monica Adriana Garcia, MA in Educational Leadership and Policy. Quan Nguyen, MS in Masters of Social Work. Jonathan Kirk Ellis, Masters of Education in Education.
Felicia Hernandez, BS in Community Health Education and Pre-Nursing. Lucy Hidalgo, BA Sociology. Kimberly Deras Villa, BS Biology. Guadalupe Margarita Hernandez, BA Child and Family Studies. Isabel Ortiz Ornelas, BA Child and Family Studies and minor in Women's Studies. Saud Osman Mohamed, BS Health Science and Pre-Med. Korea Ismail, BA Crime and Criminal Justice, minor Business Administration. Karen Anaya, BS Criminology and Criminal Justice. Tony Ramirez, BA International Studies and Latin American Studies, Public Health and Spanish. Tiffany Tram, BS Accounting and Management. Floriberta Martinez Mendez, BS Human Resource and Leadership and Management.
Kenneth Cabrillo, BA in History and Black Studies. Maharalika Shion, BS in Community Health Education. Linda Nguyen, BS in Psychology. Jeannie Vung, BS in Graphic Design. Delfina Hernandez, BS in Community Health. Soledad Hernandez, BS in Health Studies, Community Health. Joel Root, BS in Liberal Studies with a minor in Indigenous Nation Studies. Giselle Francisco, BA in Psychology. Tete Nguyen, Tete Nguyen, BS in Political Science. Supachaya Santornjita Tanon, a BS in Mathematics and Statistics. Mitzi Maria Batista Pasos, BA in Applied Linguistics. Minori Taya, a BS in Child and Family Studies with a minor in music. Suzuka Natsuhara, is that right? BS in Art Practices with a minor in Graphic Design.
Anika Ahmin, BS in Psychology. Osman Kuchek, BS in Mechanical Engineering. Ahlina Kni Gonsalves, BS in Health Studies, Health Science, minor in Biology. Jeffrey Madondo, BS in Accounting. Kayla Tatum, BS in Communications. Swanis Carr, BS in Arts. Kanani Khalil, BS in Psychology and Business Administration minor. Eve Humamil Lopez, BS in Social Work and Psychology. Frene Asensio, BA Social Work. Maria Bartolome, BA in Social Work, minor International Studies. Lisbeth Mota, BA Social Science, minor Business. Sara Lopez Lopez, BA International Studies, focus in Latin American and Spanish. Adriana Mendoza, BS Social Science. Denise Llamas Fernandez, BS Social Work. Christina Emad Aziz, BA Architecture and Arts and Letters, minor in Spanish. Danielle Ali Kasim, BS Community Health, minor Business and Black Studies. Antoinette Wayne, BS Social Sciences. Alfredo Jimenez Jr., BA Finance. Oscar Rico Casares, BA, Human Resources.
Benjamin Franklin Butler, BS in Mechanical Engineering. Warren Moang Suri, BS in Mechanical Engineering. Pablo Refi Brito, BA in Social Science. Francisco Ibarra, BA in Community Development. Safa Sahil, BS in Psychology. Layla Johnson, BA in Japanese. Maikon Tran, BS in General Science. Tabina Win, BS in Social Science. Jessica Pham, BS in General Science. Elizabeth Fan, BS in Organismal Biology.
Jung Ki Lee, BS Accounting. Erin Baeza Monica, BA Health Science Community Health. Kandali Dryan, BA International Studies, Focus Latin America. Diane Copperman, BA Black Studies, minor in Latin American Studies. Lisa Yvonne Arsenault, BS Liberal Studies, minor in Black Studies. Tina Marie Williams, BS Arts and Letters and Social Science, minor Philosophy and History. Aida Antonio, BA in Finance. Ewald F. Stanis, BS Management and Leadership, Human Resource Management, double major. Jamie Ta, BS Speech and Hearing Sciences. Saguntala McCaffrey, BS Accounting.
Antonia Runhill Kirill, BA in Community Health. Khalid Abdul Qadir, BA in Applied Linguistics and Applied Studies minor in Arabic. Abdi Hamid, BS in Health Studies and Community Health, minor in Aging Services. Zanel Thomas Mutefa, BA in Communication Studies with a minor in Business Administration. Jasmine Keith, BA in Psychology. Jenny Pham, BS in Community Development with a minor in Business. Caroline Cummings, BS in Psychology. Kalila C., BS in Health Studies in Health Sciences. Charlie Ariano, BS in Health Studies with Physical Activity Exercise. Darren Akoba, BA in Public Health Education, Health Sciences.
Tuana Ciara de la Cruz, BA Health Science and Community Health. Janelle Corpus, BS Health Science, minor Biology. Fipe Haveya, BA Health Studies, Community Health Education. Juliette Wakuluk, BS Child and Family Studies. Susan Mina Islami, BS Bachelor's in Community Development and Interdisciplinary Science, minor in Environmental Geology and Sustainable Urban Development. Sheimeh Taha, BA Marketing. Melissa Iglesias, BA Psychology and Black Studies double major, minor Sociology. Carla Andrade, BA Communications, minor in Philosophy. Veronica Montes, BA Sociology, minor in Spanish. Last but not least, Karina Guzman, BS Community Health. Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations, graduates. So now join me in welcoming Aubrey Dickinson of the PSU Alumni Association to lead the Alumni Pledge.
Happens all the time. Good evening, everyone. I echo Kelly's sentiments. What a beautiful looking graduate class of 2015. Give yourselves a hand. As a proud graduate of this fine institution, I am greatly honored to be here with you on your special day, the day you celebrate your greatest achievements to date. On behalf of the PSU Alumni Association Board of Directors, please accept our congratulations. Today, you join a worldwide community of over 150,000 PSU alumni. Yes. Now, will you please stand and repeat this honor pledge with me? I pledge to maintain the highest standards of honesty, integrity, and personal responsibility in my academic, professional, and personal pursuits. I pledge to be committed to creating an environment of respect and mutual trust. I pledge to apply ethical principles when making special and environmental decisions that may impact my family, my community, and the world around me now and in the future. I pledge that I live up to the trust placed in me by my family, friends, and colleagues, and work diligently to promote the welfare of our community. I pledge to honor and respect my own cultural traditions, as well as those of others. I pledge to never lose sight of my goals and dreams, and will achieve them, regardless of what obstacles I may encounter. I pledge to always remember that I am bold, I am amazing, I am confident, I am strong, and I am a Viking. Thank you. You may be seated. That was fun, right? Graduates, you're all members of the Portland State Alumni Association. We wish you all great success and happiness. Please remember that we will be a resource to you today and forevermore as you pursue your goals and dreams. Congratulations again to the class of 2015. Thank you.
Thank you, Aubrey. Okay, and tonight our closing remarks come from PSU student, now graduate. Yes, I said now graduate, no longer a student. Ronnie Perry. Ronnie has just completed his general science degree with an endorsement to teach middle school math. He is a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha, the first Black intercollegiate fraternity, where he has served as the chapter's vice president, and where he used his position to serve the PSU campus and Portland community by working as a positive role model with youth. Ronnie will begin his graduate studies here at PSU just in a few weeks as part of the Graduate Teacher Education Program. His goal is to give students the skills they need to be critical thinkers and scholars. Please join me in welcoming Ronnie Perry.
As a student of color at PSU, I've had to make some tough decisions in my tenure. I have seen many people who look like me become victims of oppression here at Portland State and around the world. I too have been judged, mistreated, denied access and resources based off the color of my skin. The decisions I have had to make were whether or not I should stand up for others when they are denied access, when they tell us no because our skin is too dark, when they point their guns at us and demand we get on the ground so they can exercise their justice on us. But when we step back, we realize these experiences aren't unique. They are, the mass incarceration of Black and brown people have been going on long before this land was stolen from the Native Americans and Latinos. The shootings of Michael Brown, Antonio Zambrano Montez, and Tamar Rice aren't unique. They are recycled stories from a very old book. We know these names because their killings were publicized, but there are countless others whose stories go untold but share the same experience. So what does this mean for you and I in this room today? Well, first, let's examine how we differ from one another. For the most part, we have different families, which means we have different backgrounds. And I, for one, am grateful for those backgrounds. I am grateful that I was courageous enough to meet a number of you and learn from you. And I hope you were able to learn a thing or two from me. Now let's look at our similarities. In one way or another, this nation was built on our backs. In some way, they persecuted us because they classified us as other. At some point, they stripped us of our humanity so they could rationalize the mass killings of our people. But what mighty resilience we have shown. Look at where we are now. We gather here as college graduates. You see, they denied our ancestors education, but they stood resilient, preparing the next generation so that when they did give us access to books, they would be ready. They denied women the right to vote, but they stood resilient. So when they opened the polls, their daughters would be ready. The courageous resilience our ancestors showed allowed us to be in this room today. We need to continue that resilience. Our journey for equity and justice is far from over. We must also be courageous and resilient for those coming after us. We must make this a better world for our children. This day is just one event in our unfinished journey. Some of us are going to leave from here and start our new careers. Some of us will continue our education, and others of us will travel the world. For whatever path your journey takes you, you must continue to be courageous and resilient. So how, then, can we practice this courageous resilience? A better question is, who shall we be courageous and resilient for? We must be courageous for those who have no one to advocate for themselves, for those who can't speak out for themselves and say they are being oppressed. We must be resilient for our children by fighting for equity and the opportunities they are given, so we no longer have to tell them they can be whatever they want to be, but they already know that that is the case. To conclude, I must urge us not to take this as a task for the person sitting next to us. Each of us must practice this courageous resilience. If we want to continue to see a positive change in this institution and around the world, we must show that same courageous resilience our ancestors before us showed. Class of 2015, you are courageous and resilient. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ronnie. So I'm sure all of you are ready to reunite with your loved ones to celebrate this momentous occasion. But a couple of quick announcements first as we wrap up the ceremony. First, graduates, you're invited to pick up your certificates on stage at the conclusion of the ceremony, and cake will be served in the hallway outside in the ballroom. And there are 3 cake stations, so feel free to spread out and maybe grab 2 pieces. And you're welcome to come back into the ballroom to mingle, take photos, give hugs to each other, and lots of love tonight. So thank you, family and friends, faculty and staff, for offering your encouragement and support to our graduates tonight. And now I present to you the Multicultural Graduation Class of 2015.